We have Justin on burn, and we have Stefan on blue-white control. Well, it's a really good start right off the bat for burn.
Yeah, Turnaround Goblin Guide is the probably the best start in the game for burn. Looks like he's got a solid hand, too. He has a second land to make. He's got double helix Skullcrack, I believe, and a bolt. And a skewer.
He just picked up a skewer, so...
You'll probably see him dump 2 spells out here.
And that's the one card I don't know in blue-white. What's the new Modern Horizon card that blue-white is playing?
Oh, I believe it might be the 2-mana Exile. It's essentially the 2-mana Path. We can overload it for 6. I believe 6 total, I believe, is the overload cost. I believe that's the card. I'm not 100% sure, though. I know that's a card, at least. I don't know if that's that specifically.
So what is he taking? He's taking 4. He's taking 10 already?
Yep. Looks like Stefan's going to be a 10 going to 9 off this fetch. Which could be a quick game. I mean, Justin's going to only be able to cast 1 spell next turn. So if that Goblin Guide gets killed, then it's going to be essentially like a 2 or 3 turn clock here to kill him due to having all 2-mana spells in here right now. The nice thing, though, for Justin is that they're all instants in his hand. He got rid of the 1 sorcery.
Yeah.
So he's able to just jam these on Stefan's turn.
So there's another Mystic Gate. Let's see what he's gonna.
So that is the path.
Yep.
So it's essentially a 2-mana path is all it is. It is a sorcery, I believe, though. So this is kind of awkward because he gets to grab a land. So if Justin rips a land at the top, he's gonna put Stefan to 3 right now. So I think he probably should just take this opportunity and just double helix him.
Yep.
And then you hold the Skullcrack in case, so you main deck Timely or something like that.
Oh, that's a good draw.
Boros Charm's not bad either. Let me see.
He's just going to play on his turn at this
point. Yeah,
point.
it doesn't change the clock at all. I guess you just throw the Boros Charm in case you draw a creature.
Yep.
Yeah, Boros Charm, you put you to 5. Because then if he draws a creature, any of his creatures actually, between Swift Spear or Goblin Guide, it'll be lethal with the Helix in hand or Skullcrack.
Yep. So all he needs at this point... he's going to be sitting down. Well, that's the lightning bolt. No, that was the. That's
is that a Firecraft?
Yeah, that's the extinguish. The one.
Exquisite. No, it's Exquisite Firecraft.
Yeah. So that's the one that's.
Wow, 4 to the dome, uncounterable. He has Spellmaster, right? It's only 3 spells you need.
Yep.
Wow, that's brutal.
So he's just going to try to respond.
Just
by
find something.
Because he can't counter it.
Yeah, the veto in hand looks real awkward.
That's really nice that Justin puts that in the main.
Yeah, that's
a
really
comes out of a board a lot of burn.
Yep. Yeah, so I think right now, if Justin draws like any land, the game's just over because I believe that Stefan only has veto to counter. So there's the.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
So as long as he fetch,
there it is.
He should upkeep it. You should upkeep this.
Which is fine because what he's going to do.
Well, because the problem is if he had, let's say, double veto right now, he's tapping on Justin's turn. So Justin should wait for Stefan's upkeep and cast both of these then. Because then Stefan's tapped out. He untaps. He casts the last Helix and kills him.
I think Justin is at this point just going to do it just because he's going to be like, all right, you know what, let's take a chance and see what he has.
Plains. Oh, this is interesting.
Oh, Justin with the heavy mixes up for the burn. I love it.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in, Rob. I know it's probably gone by now. Just messaging on there. Okay, and just scooping it up now. Yeah, I think definitely, though, you got to upkeep that for next time, Justin, if you're going to look back and watch this. Cast that in his upkeep. That way, if he does have double counterspell, he can't untap and then Cryptic you on the next turn when you can untap and cast your last Helix.
Yeah.
So, it looks like Justin's got Searing Blood, Rest in Peace, Skullcrack's got to be coming in, Wear Tear potentially, if he thinks there's some kind of Vern Halo or Leyline or something like that potentially. Surgical, I think, is potentially reasonable depending on how many dead cards.
So I see Surgical coming in automatically off a burn, just because if one of Justin's spells is veto. He can easily just get rid of it, and it's really high favored.
Yeah, it gets rid of veto and also just gives you information, which is great too.
But one thing, because burn is my pet deck. I love playing burn when I'm really I'm down in the dumps where I'm just not having fun with the other decks I build, and I just always bring out burn.
You just want to kill people. You just want to kill them quick.
I want to count to 7. That's really what it comes down to. I want to count to 7. But for Justin, the issue with Byrne that I've always noticed, he didn't see anything that game. So he really doesn't know what's going on. So he doesn't know what Stefan has. And we know by looking at it, Stefan had the package of the Gideons in the main deck and everything. So it really comes down to what Stefan's going to bring in. Looking at Stefan's,
I
he's going to bring in the
Baneslayer. Timely and Baneslayer. I think the spell is fine and the veto's okay.
Yeah.
Potentially Purge. I think Purge is definitely better than the 2-mana Path. So those are going to be coming out, I think, in favor of Purge in case you get hit by something like Blood Moon or whatever.
Yeah, he's just going to really what he's just going to do is he's going to whittle down all the dead cards at this point.
I think the Geist-Sustain Draft is actually something you want in this matchup because it's a quick clock and you can't let the game go long.
Well, it's also what's even better with the Geist is so people don't realize that Angel, when you swing in, it's a 4/4. Burn really can't get to that Angel, so they have to... They just sit there and take the beating. Yeah,
they have no answer for either Geist other than just blocking with a Goblin Guide.
Which looks like he's not going to bring the Geist in. It looks like he was bringing in the Baneslayer.
Yeah, which it depends also on his main deck build. If he has enough ways to just force through damage or kill quickly, if he has multiple Gideons. I don't know if he's running the new Gideon, but he's running the new 3-mana Gideon. That's a way you can kill very quickly. So I could see, saying not to bring those in. I think that you want to get some of the sorcery speed removal out, things like the Tension Sphere. I don't think is very good in this matchup.
No. But did you see the one card? He is running 1 Blast Zone. I don't know if that... Yep,
that's normally the 25th or 26th land.
It's really nice for blue-white to play actually Blast Zone now. I really like that.
Yep. It gives you an out to a lot of just problem cards. Like somebody just drops, any 1-mana card that's real awkward for you to deal with, like Grafdigger's Cage and something like Whir, something like Thopter Foundry, which we don't have an answer for, other than countering on the way down or bouncing with Cryptic Command or maybe 3-mana Teferi. It gives you just a catch-all to just deal with anything, which is great. It's also a way to deal with Planeswalkers, which blue-white is notorious for having 0 answers for. That's the one thing the blue-white can't beat. You're dropping Renin 6? Great. My Path Exiles look very good, and I run no bolts in my deck, so I think it's going to stay until Ultimate.
Factor Fiction, Veto, Force Negation, Force.
Yep, this actually seems like a good... Oh, maybe not. I mean, he might have been missing lands. So that looks like a good hand, though, if you had the lands, just because double Counterspell and the free Counterspell is nice as well.
Well, Justin got rid of his, too. I think Justin only saw 1 lander.
Yep. So looks like we're throwing them both back. Yeah, that game he did draw pretty hot. I mean, he was kind of glutted up on a lot of 2-mana spells, but that Path helped him kind of ramp to casting 2 in 1 turn, which let him get there. Which is also kind of one thing that's kind of awkward about blue-white specifically is that every removal spell generally that you have ramps your opponent. Yeah. So for somebody like Burn, it's really awkward because they only run 17 lands in the deck, so you're just thinning their deck out, and you're letting them cast all their 2-mana spells. 1 turn earlier, essentially.
Yeah. Plus, with Burn used to play so many fetches, and now they don't have to play that many fetches now they have the Sunbait Cannon, which is amazing now for Burn. It's sure, I'm missing. I just drew this. I'm going to get rid of it.
Yep. Yeah, it's fantastic. Yep, so we'll see if they do better on their 7 going down to 6. So Justin, he's got 2 lands there at least. That actually looks like a very good hand. He'll put another land. Looks like he's got 3 lands, so he's putting 2 to the bottom, or 1 to the bottom.
Ooh, that's rough. That one's got to go back for him. He only has 1 land. He has an opt. Maybe unless he wants to keep, but it's...
Does he? Oh, is that a...
It looks like a Colonnade, the buy box, or the media promo what they used to be.
Oh, is that at the very bottom?
Yeah. So
he's got to send it back.
I think if it was a different land than a Colonnade, and you can possibly keep with the opt, but still, just go get your.
Yeah, I think it was double opt, wasn't it? I think you had 2. Yeah. So if you have an untapped land, you can try it, especially on the play.
Yeah.
Being able to opt twice, you see essentially 4 extra cards, in order to get there.
So there, this is already a keep right there.
Yeah, this is looking a lot better. I think the Cryptic gets tossed back. Mostly, is that a snap?
So it's Veto, land. Yeah. It looks like the bottom one's the Path.
Yeah, it's Path.
So the Cryptic.
I believe the snap is that 5th card in there. No,
don't get rid of that one.
Yeah, you can't get rid of the
Veto.
There it is.
Yeah. Field of Ruin you can actually just get rid of in this matchup. It really doesn't do much.
Well, it's a lot of times they might just have forced. It might actually just be a dead card. Or sorry, not forest, mountains. So,
Yeah.
Jeez, that's bad.
Well, we know he plays
Yeah.
a plane, so he's playing one extra basic than every other burn deck.
Yep.
So that's why I look at it that's just being a dead card at this moment.
Yep.
Sure.
That's totally fine.
Yep. Perfect.
It ramps a little bit, but I'm definitely going to be saving damage. It's also great because Stefan does not have any fetches or shocks, so he's not taking any damage off his own lands.
So that's a bad draw right there. That was a Baneslayer, and he's only on 2.
Yeah, he needs to draw.
It was a little too early.
Lands. I can't tell. Is that click or is that snap in his hand?
That's a snap.
That is a snap. Okay.
Yeah, it is a Innistrad foil.
Okay, that's why it looks kind of dark.
Because it looks like a Mega Man. You can see.
Yeah.
There's that Sunbake can that we talked about.
Yep.
Which is really good. Ooh, he has a surgical in hand as well.
I'm actually a fan of going after the path and draw step with that surgical because it means your creature draws are live, and if it eats a veto, that's even better because then it's a veto's not tagging your bolt or helix.
Like I said, right in between sideboard and me being on burn, I usually aimed my surgicals at veto when I'm playing control.
Yeah,
I think that's what Justin is actually going to probably be thinking about right now.
The other thing too though is that you don't know how many vetoes he's running. Most of us are only running 2. I'd rather snag the 4 path and make sure your creatures are living.
So there's the bolt.
So now that he sees veto at least, maybe you snag it now.
Yep.
And this is not something you wait till draw step.
Nope.
Yeah.
Right there, veto. Perfect. And look at he just rips his hand.
Yep. And then caught one in hand too.
There it is. Yep. So we know more than likely Stefan had at least 2 in the main, and he had 1 in his board.
Yep.
So let's really see. So there was the timely that he was going to bring in.
So Purge did come in. There's a Gideon.
And all this is right now for Justin as well is this info.
Yeah, getting all the information. I think it's interesting. I think he left in a lot of Narsets. I think I saw 2 or 3 Narsets in the deck, which
I even saw Detention Sphere still left in, which I don't think.
Yeah.
I think that should have been something that should have came out as well, though.
Yep. Yeah, I think Detention Sphere would be one of my first cuts most likely because the rest of your deck is okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there you only had the 2 vetoes. Granted, he did get one out of hand, so it ended up paying off a lot there.
Yeah.
But yeah, in general, I mean, granted, I don't play burn a ton, but I play a lot of Phoenix, and I tend to always want to point my surgicals at their 4-ofs. And obviously, creatures are much more important in the Phoenix matchup, so Path is like the go-to.
Yep.
But even something like if I'm looking at like Path versus like something like Cryptic, which is huge in the matchup too, I normally just take the Path, just because it's a guaranteed 4-of that you're going to catch. There's a much larger chance you catch one out of hand.
So Justin will take 1 off the cannon for the charm.
Opt is actually a great draw here.
That's
it's just as good as a land, basically.
At this point, he needs to start ripping lands, though.
Yeah. Wonder if that's another...
So he just drew it
Timely.
So
yeah, I was going to say Timely is the only card there where he could be thinking about whether or not he wanted to keep.
He only had 1 Timely in the sideboard, was that?
Yeah, he might have 1 main deck, though. So
Justin just drew another land, though.
Yep.
But that's fine. That land is another cannon, so he can get a land right here, and that Timely is going to be really good. Oh.
Force negation.
That's not a bad draw either.
Yeah, I mean, you can just pitch it to your snap, unfortunately. Well, okay, he's not going to go for the helix now. Gonna draw.
No, I think Justin was just trying to rebuild the hand at this point, which Charm is really good, so he can do Charm.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't even see him draw the guide.
So, I wonder if you just ambush Viper that thing. That's a Hallowed Fountain?
No, that was the Colonnade.
That's a Colonnade. I wonder, do you think you just flash to snap it and block?
No.
Or you guys have the Timely, I guess. You're right.
Yeah, because another Colonnade, bad land off of it. Because really what can happen is next turn he can do his Timely, and he can stamp it back if he can get enough land.
You can't do it. You can't do it.
No.
Don't try it. Yeah, okay. I thought he was going to try to pitch it. You can't do that on your turn. Oh, that's going to be lethal this turn if he tries to go for it. It's actually really awkward, though, because the skewer sorcery speed, so he has to go for it.
Yep.
Now, so there's
the...
Okay, so he's not going to take it, so he's going to ambush it. So go to blocks. Block. Yeah, I guess keeping it at 7 means you're dead to just, Boros, Charm, Bolt. In which case, the Helix is...
Yeah, so there's the Helix.
Yep. Helix, and he's going to just cast a skewer at him. I think he puts him to 1.
Yeah, but he does have the Timely in hand, though.
Timely goes back up to 7. He does not have another blue card, unfortunately, to pitch to the. Although, which Gideon is that? Is that the Gideon with the you cannot lose the game ultimate?
That is the Gideon of Trials, I believe. Yeah.
Okay, because I don't know the. Okay, so just ults it right away.
Yeah, because I believe that was like the San Diego Comic-Con edition. He has some really nice foils in there.
Yeah, yeah. It looks like that Comic-Con foil. You can see it's foiled differently than most of the other cards are. Yep. So I think that is the ultimate. As long as you control a Gideon Planeswalker, you cannot lose the game. I can't remember. Can your life total go below 1 with that or no?
I believe it can.
So they can put you in the negative, and then they can just kill the walker. Logic Knot would be really good here if he had a 5th land. So you get Timely with Knot back up. But I think you just have to cast the Timely and then hold the Force up on his turn.
Which is Timely right there is really good.
Mm-hmm.
It really puts Justin hard because now Justin's with no hands going up to 7.
Yeah. The unfortunate thing, though, is that he doesn't have... Yeah.
Sure.
Is that he didn't have a creature out, so he didn't get 3 1/1s out of it, which is kind of annoying.
There's an island, so he's just going to throw down the Slayer.
Yep, and this might
could just
end the game here.
This could just be a concede.
But,
no, Justin's going to keep drawing, but anything right now is too small for that.
Stefan, I believe, should be at 6 right now. He gained 6.
He should be at 7. Oh, no, he should be. He did get hit with this website.
So he's at 6, up to 11 now. Now he's up to 11, I believe. And this game's over now because he has a Logic Knot and Force available. So this is another Timely. This game's well over now.
So
he's up to 17.
This is exactly why you don't pick up your cards, even when you know you're just getting.
Oh my goodness, yeah. He's at 17 right now. Yeah, this is now over in the other direction.
Yeah, Stefan just played to his outs, and look at that.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I don't even think you do that, Justin. I just think at this point.
Purge, too.
Oh, we did bring in the Purges as well.
It's just better than the 2-mana Path, so I definitely see bringing it in. I think it's a straight swap. That makes sense to me completely. I think that's totally reasonable. Trading off all 3 tokens. Gets rid of the Goblin Guide. You get to purge the Swift Spear here. Beat in for 5. Yeah, Stefan's going to 22. I believe that's a second or third hit with it.
That's a third.
Yeah, so I think Justin's at like 4 now. Yeah, they're packing it in. Yep.
So I don't see any changes from Stefan's deck.
Yeah, Justin could potentially bring in Path now that he saw Baneslayer come in. It's a consideration at least. Skullcrack should have been coming in already. I'm kind of surprised.
Remember, he had him in the...
Yeah, he had some of them in the main deck. Those definitely should have been staying in, just because you know that time was coming in.
Even if... I don't know what his thought was behind that. Maybe his thought was, does he play the Lyra out of the board or the Baneslayer? Yeah. I think regardless, blue-white is automatically going to play one of the two.
Yep. I think for me, Lightning Helix is one that you should trim in this matchup. I know you play more Burn, but I think Helix is just your worst. It's a 2-mana. It's Lightning Strike, essentially.
Yeah, it's really, at this point, you're paying 2 mana for a bolt. I guess you get to gain 3 life, but at this point, you don't really matter about your life total at this point.
Yeah. Which it really is just Lightning Strike in this matchup, which I'd rather be playing Boros Charm. Skullcrack has more of a text box. So I think that's most likely what you'd be looking for.
I've noticed a lot of Burn players are keeping the Lightning Helixes in due to the cannon.
Did he just cut an Eidolon? I think he just cut an Eidolon too, which I think is a mistake. Eidolon, I think, is very good in this matchup.
See, I don't know Justin's exact list, but like my first thing automatically taken out at this point would be the Helixes, and it probably would be one or two of the skewers. Because I don't want to be playing on my turn. I'd rather be playing on his turn up until when he plays that Teferi.
The other problem with Skewer, too, is that there are times where it may just be a 3-mana burn spell.
Like, see, that's another deck card in this deck that should have been out already was the Searing Blaze. That should already been taken out because you know he doesn't play Willow Creature Killers and Snapcaster. Yep,
and Snapcaster Mage is usually just getting snapped into block.
Even if Justin wants to go wide, he can bring in a Deflecting Palm and maybe throw off the Slayer. But that's still going way too far wide.
It's still just net 0, though, so I'm not a fan of that. I'd rather just bring the paths in if you're going to do that.
Well, Deflecting Palm, what it reads is it basically you don't take a hit.
Does it prevent damage?
It prevents the damage, and then it does whatever they were going to deal to you.
So the lifelink won't happen then?
So lifelink will not happen because it does prevent. So that's a big, nice swing.
Yep.
all Justin really needs is a really strong, heavy opening hand, and he can pretty much just take over. But wow, path.
I think
That's a keep.
Yeah, that's a keep. You just hope that he's on the creature plane rather than burn, but it looks like he's on the mono burn draw right now. Oh, that was the Goblin Guide. Okay.
Yep.
So it looks like Justin has a Goblin Guide into all burn spells, though.
Yeah, so which is fine, though, because Stefan's going to get another look at his top card, basically, off a trigger.
Yep.
And then he's just going to, next turn, he's just going to path it anyway, so he's fine.
Yep.
Opt is really good, too.
Yep. Opt is fine. You want to find that 4th land as quick as possible for the Cryptic in your hand. And you're going to get one more trigger off the Goblin Guide, which is nice.
Yep. Lava Spike.
That's a great draw. Blast Zone is actually not bad. Blast Zone on 1 in this matchup is actually just relevant because like every creature in the deck is essentially a 1-drop other than Eidolon.
Something I didn't know about Justin's, I really hope he does play at least one of it, is Grim Lavamancer.
Yep, the card's very good. It should be at least a 1-of main deck, in my opinion. It's very good in any of the creature-based matchups, and this matchup is good just because it's a repeatable source of damage.
Yeah, I get a lot of people can board it out and everything, but it's really good to have it in the list at some point, even if you have it in somewhere.
Yep.
So Lava Spike,
Yeah, double spike him here while he knows the
so
result.
he's going to take 6.
Yep, so Stefan's going to be going to 12 here. Justin fetched shocked, I believe. He fetched and then fetched shocked, so he should be at 16 here now.
Yep.
So he gets that colonnade.
It's not what Justin wants to be drawn to his land at this point, which...
He should be casting this on his opponent's turn, even though he only has white mana up. I'd rather... I guess maybe he just knows it's going to resolve now, so that's okay, but... What's that last card? Does he have a path?
In whose hands? Justin's?
Justin. He has a white card, I think.
It looks like a path, which kind of is not great for him right now because it's just going to be a dead card. Yeah, sure. Go search. Search for another mountain, or if he's going to bring in
I would just grab another tap land probably here. You want to make sure you have a white source.
Yeah.
In case you draw running Boros Charms or something like that.
So Stefan still has the Detention Sphere, an Opt, a Cryptic, and a Path, and a few lands just sitting over there. So.
Yeah, he's at 6, but I actually really like his position now.
Yep.
The Firecraft is a big draw, though. So this is interesting. I'm almost wondering if you want to cast it now, or if you want to hold the Firecraft and wait until you can chain some spells on his opponent's turn. Okay. Or you just put
so
it
he
into
just
2
wants
now.
because he knows he can't counter it regardless. But I think he's just like, all right, I'm just gonna throw it out here.
Yep. Yeah. So the argument to holding it there is potentially your opponent somewhat slips up or allows himself to go to 4.
Yep.
Either for like a fetch land or something like that, or he plays a shock in order to like hold Cryptic up. And then you can just Firecraft them and the game's over.
So down to 2. Yep. Justin's pretty much playing off the top.
He needs a timely right now.
Stefan at this point needs to play either that Plains or that.
He needs a blue source.
Yeah,
really,
which he doesn't have. So unfortunately, if Justin would get another burn off the top, if he rip one, this could just do it.
Is that a Narset at the bottom?
It looks like a Jace.
Okay, so if it's a Narset, I mean, I would almost consider just playing it here and then trying to find a Force Negation because I think he has no other answer to a. It is a Jace.
So he's just gonna storm.
Yeah, I think you have to brainstorm and hope that you draw the Force Negation because, I mean, Justin's not playing on his turn anyways, or he wouldn't be. He'd be casting on your turn.
Yep.
And the difference is.
Oh, so that's even a good 2. He did Fate Seal basically, so he obviously kept it on top, so he knows it's a land.
Yep.
More
or a path. Or rest it. Oh wow.
Which is
Rip is interesting. I'd rather have Lavamancer.
I don't know. Why would you bring in Rest in Peace in this matchup? I guess you want to cut off.
Logic Knot and I'd say Logic Knot.
I guess you want to cut the
Snapcaster.
2 cards off, but I think you're just wasting a spot right there, honestly, though.
Yeah.
Unless he's just really trying to get rid of dead cards like Searing Blaze and everything.
Yep. Man, so he's really hoping to find a blue source here, but it looks like he did not find an untapped blue source. Oh, unless that's a Mystic Gate. No, it's a Colonnade.
Yep.
So I think there's a window here. If he draws a bolt,
all he needs is a bolt, and it's over.
It's awkward because he needs to cast it.
Oh no, that's a charm.
And
so
the thing is, he needs to cast it on his turn, which is so awkward because you never. Oh, now he has Cryptic up. If he upkeeps it, this is like so awkward now. This is like the one spot. Yeah, which is
what
totally
Justin's gonna do is he's just gonna hold it up and he's gonna try to play on his next turn. But if he tries to throw it out here, I think that was a big little punt right there.
The thing is weird is that like the Fate Seal makes this so awkward. Because he can start Fate Sealing you and just hopefully getting lands in the, you know, Stefan's hopefully getting lands in his hand.
Yeah.
And then the Cryptic just stays up and you only have one spell in hand. So we'll see how this goes here. So you go, yeah. So he might just try to accumulate a bunch. That looks like another path. Yeah, so he's trying more dead cards here.
So just sit on it, yeah.
Yeah. And he has to sit until he has like 3 burn spells in hand. Just go for it all in one turn or wait till he taps out.
Which thing I would give Justin a lot of prop for. As young as Justin is, he's really a good Magic player. He knows really what's going on.
Yep, so this is interesting because I believe he just drew Gideon. And he could have Gideon and Cryptic up this turn, I believe. Which I think he just, he gave him another land. So he could have Gideon and Cryptic up if he'd like to. Although he's close to ultimating Jace right now, actually, which I think he just keeps going until it's ultimate.
Well, you automatically keep doing that just because you're going to cut him off of his burn. Which
Boros Charm again on the bottom.
Was that a charm or was that a bolt?
I believe it was a blue. It was either a Boros Charm or a Helix that he put on the bottom. Okay. I believe it was a multicolored spell.
So I hope Justin doesn't go back and look at this video to watch it. Because he's going to realize that he had his window and he just didn't.
Well, this is actually not bad. He can try to spike him here.
Yep. So
and if he taps out for Cryptic, which I believe he has to.
Yep. So he's obviously
Unless he has another. Oh, wait. Does he have another?
He has that charm still in hand, too. Oh.
What is that?
So that is the Blessed Alliance. So what he's going to do is he's going to gain 4 life right here. I don't know what other mode he's going to choose, but I think at this point he's just going to do the gain 4.
Yeah, well, there's no other relevant.
So there's nothing else going on. So he's going to gain the 4, which is going to put him to 6. He's going to take the spike. So in response, he's going to play the charm, but he's still going to get Cryptic Command.
Yep.
So he's still at bolt range next turn, though.
And he goes counter draw.
Yep.
Yeah, the Jace is going to plus 1 more time, and then we have an ultimate, though.
Yep. So as long as Stefan doesn't get another counter, though, it's...
So he's going to gain 4, go to 6, then go down to 3.
Yep.
He has another Cryptic in hand, though. Stefan has like 3 Cryptics in hand right now.
I didn't think he did.
Yeah, but
so he has 1 more Cryptic.
Yep, which is all he needs because the Jace plus and then Jace ultimates next turn, and then the game's over.
So he's going to Fate Seal again. Obviously, it's going to be a burn spell. He's going to put it on the bottom, but it don't matter at this point.
Firecraft is the only draw, actually. If he has multiple Firecrafts.
Yep.
No, never mind. That's it.
It really puts it out because time right there. So he's going to gain another 6. He's going to go to 9.
So actually, he could Firecraft Jace, so he doesn't just lose. But I don't know what the draws after that are going to be for Justin to get out of this.
Another charm.
There's like no good time to cast this now.
No.
Because he's well out of range. And you can Boros Charm Jace, which may just be what he tries to do. Might upkeep the Boros Charm. And yeah, those paths and the Rest in Peace. Like if they were just other burn spells or Eidolons.
Yeah.
That would most likely
get so he's obviously going to do the ultimate on Jace. He's showing him what it is. He's going to in response charm, but little does he know, it's just going to get Cryptic Command. Which I don't even think, do you even do this at this point? Because you know you're at 9. Because you're technically gaining the 6 off timely.
Yeah. I mean, I think you just say, fine, take the Boros Charm, go to 5. What do you have?
Yeah, because you know one of the cards in his hand was something that you gave him. You know you let him have that last path.
So it exiles the entire deck. And then
you just say path.
2 paths. And that's the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think he actually knows either of the cards. I believe he just gave him the land that he already played.
No, he did give him one of the paths. He did give him one path because he was like, well, this is obviously dead against you. So he's like, yeah, you can have that.
Okay.
He did Fate see him the 1 with the path, so he knew the 1.
Justin's going to keep playing, man, though. He's like, Fate saw the 1 card. Oh, it's a path. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think this is game.
He's just going to say, draw, go. Well, I'm going to play a land just to be safe. And so there it is. So blue-white. Do we want to get another match in here? I know we had a backup.